Hey, it's Mark Andrews with episode 3 of OCFOA Plays of the Week. I told you I was going to get another one out real quick. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know about an exciting project that Orange County Football Officials Association is starting. We have set a goal of $4,000 to support the V Foundation for Cancer Research. If you're part of OCFOA, you're going to hear a lot more about this. If you're one of my subscribers or YouTube watchers outside of California or outside of Orange County, and you'd like to help us support the V Foundation, this is a great organization. 100% of the donations go to cancer research, and it goes to cutting-edge cancer research. This is really important work. So if you'd like to donate any amount of money, click on the link in the comment section below and help us fight cancer. All right, let's get going with some plays of the week. Okay, we're going to see a series of plays from Steve Coover. Steve is really emphasizing basically moving your vision to where the biggest threat is on the football field. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot here. I'm going to let Steve's words speak for themselves. He uses huddle with comments. So what's he saying? Okay, we got a double team right here. So typically in a double team, we are not going to worry about a hold. This action here, this defender looks like he's beating the offensive player. This defender looks like he's beating the offensive player. This is where the referee and umpire should be looking. Yeah, good cushion by that line judge. Yeah, no need to point. Just get on it, get over there, wind the clock because we know we're short of the first down, and move on. Same play. Now we're going to see the bad color here, right? This is Steve's term. I love it. So we're looking, as an umpire or a referee, we're looking for bad color. And that's certainly some bad color right there. Great work by this referee, staying with the quarterback. Perfect, slower, then slow down some more. I know that sounds counterintuitive, guys, but it looks so good when you're just, walking up there confident, right? Stay where you are, let the players separate, spot the ball with your eyes, and then get up there and signal. Great job. Okay, we got a little more on referee positioning, judgment. Let's take a look at this play. Bad color, look at that. Oof. You can see the umpire pivots on that play, on that pass. In San Diego, they are asking their umpires to pivot on almost every pass play, and I'm asking our umpires in Orange County to do the same thing. Everybody's looking at where they should be looking, and get a good spot by the line judge. Let's take a look at this from the end zone. Okay, so this is the new 5-second count that we're going to be using. It'll be like the basketball type of count. If you're not in California, make sure you check to see how you're going to handle the last 5 seconds of the play clock. We are doing a basketball style count. And as Steve points out, just like before, if the snap is imminent, you've got to down to 40 seconds. Let it go. It's not a delay of game. So now you get to keep your eyes. If you're the referee, you get to keep your eyes on 3 different plays, right? And now that he's threatened, we've got to watch out for a roughing. So the referee stays with the quarterback. Great job. Yep. Never took his eyes off it. Great. All right, same game. And again, same issues with bad color. This one has a cool component I want to talk about. So here's our bad color. That's where our focus needs to be, right there. Now, this is frustrating. You know, as a flank official, we have to recognize the potential for intentional grounding, what our involvement is in that. I think this flank official is just going after the ball. He's not even thinking about it. So you got two things here. One is you immediately point to a receiver you think is in the area and tell, you know, letting the referee know that you had an eligible receiver in the area. Otherwise, you hoof it back to the referee and tell him that you didn't have an eligible receiver in the area. And we're going to see why this is so important in this next clip. So we're going to see that bad color again. And watch this. This Steve says this isn't a horse collar because he releases him. And okay, I'm fine with it. Let's watch that slow-mo. It doesn't really drag him down. He pushes him down. It's 50-50 in my opinion. So I'm okay with the no call. But look what's happening right now with the ball. Okay, it's away. It's down the field. Where's that referee looking? He's looking where he's supposed to be looking. And this is why the flank has to inform the referee. He never sees where that ball goes. He has no idea if there's intentional grounding or not. This has to be a mechanic that you incorporate in this situation. Either point at the eligible receiver or get your buddy in there and tell the referee that there wasn't an eligible receiver in the area. All right, move on. Okay, throughout the season, you're going to hear me talk a lot about three different types of fouls. Holding, pass interference, both offensive and defensive, and roughing the passer. This play involves a potential hold. Keep your eye on the right tackle. And we have trips to the head linesman's side. This is a 7-man crew. So typically, this inside receiver would be the head linesman's initial key. But those keys can change once the players declare where they're going. And the head linesman wants to get that shallow route. Let's keep an eye on this. Watch the receivers. So that his key stayed shallow. And I'm sorry, that's a female referee. I should not have said his. So she steps back. Watch her. To get a better look at that. That's great. Let's go back to the hold. Let's watch him right here. Now you see that right there, that's a restriction, but it wasn't a restriction until right about there, and that quarterback is getting rid of the ball. This does not materially impact the play. Okay, so the flank, yeah, great job there with the upfield movement. Coach wants a timeout. The flank whines and then kills the clock. You know, if this is the worst thing you do all season, well, good on you. That's just, you know, we're all programmed to do that wind. Let's take a look at this from the other end. Now, this action's going to go out of frame, so we're not going to get as good a look at it, but you will see that the quarterback is, you know, the ball's gone. So this does not materially impact that play. So good no call there. All right, we got 4th and short. Offense is trying to draw defense across, but we're going to see that right tackle flinch. Watch. Right there. See it? Do it in slow motion. right there. That's enough for a false start, especially in this situation. Gets shut down. Yeah, good signals by that referee. Nice. Let's look at it from the end zone. This is interesting. Watch what happens here. So here's the player that's going to false start. Well, now you think you get a better look at the flinch here. Watch. Boom, right there. Now, look who's signaling. That's the side judge. I don't know why in the world this guy would be even, looking at that player. It was the line judge's call, I think, but I think I see a flag right there. Could he have thrown that flag? So yeah, that shouldn't happen. This is a 7-man crew. Definitely deep flanks should not be calling fouls at the line of scrimmage. Sorry, I'm laughing. Okay, let's move on. All right, we're going to have a scrimmage kick here, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Steve wants to talk a little bit about, the different ways we handle that kick out of bounds. Now, if the ball goes way beyond the out of bounds line, then obviously you're going to need some help with the referee. And what you do is you go beyond the spot where the ball went out, and then you put your hand up in the air. This is for the new officials. And you walk up the field looking at the referee until the referee chops you, basically, and tells you to stop. And that's where you spot the ball. In this case, the ball actually lands in that white area, and we're going to see that official use that mechanic I just described. So he's killing the clock. And now he's got his hand up walking back towards the spot. Okay. He really shouldn't do that. He should be able to get it on his own. I think you'll be able to see that from this angle. So this is the way that we do this. So the referee wants to get to the spot on the field where the kicker kicked from, so that we're basically triangulating the position of the ball going out of bounds. So get there. He doesn't do that. Now this official should be able to simply pick that ball up and then walk to the spot where the ball landed, and then find the kicker and draw that line himself if he's not sure. But this is definitely not a situation where he should require assistance from the referee. All right, let's move on. Okay, just your garden variety running play, but there's a lot of good stuff here. Let's take a look. As Steve says that this needs to be cleaned up, I'm not a cleanup guy. I want this flagged. If this guy's in the neutral zone, and that's an advantage right there. He's gonna edge rush this the tackle there. So this is an advantage being this far into the neutral zone. I'd like to see a flag on that. Okay, here's our zone coverage. The run is coming towards the head linesman. So now the head linesman wants to focus on zone 1, which is ahead of the runner. This is a run to the referee side, so he's got zone 2. Umpire's got zone 3. And the back judge is going to have zone 5, at the head of zone 1, okay? And then the line judge has big picture, just looking for dumb stuff, right? Okay. There's the back judge. Okay, so this is where we're focusing. This is great. And now we get a progress stop. Good wind. And guys, this is a great tip. If we see this kind of thing from our partner, if we're across the field, get the cross field spot. And flank officials, don't be afraid to look for help in this one. Okay. That progress spot, there was a lot going on. Let's get it right. Take a look at it from the end zone. Again, I think we're going to focus on zones here. Yep. Great job. Yeah, deep flanks come in, help out, especially on the sideline. Great support by R there. All right, let's move on. All right, Steve just sends me some great stuff, and this is a garden variety screen pass, but he points out really well what we need to be looking at in this situation. We see a lot of screen passes. This is obvious. We got every lineman breaking downfield, right? So what are we judging? And I'm talking about the flanks right now on a screen pass. Well, the first thing we want to know is, was the ball received beyond the line of scrimmage? And also, we also have the potential for a backward pass, right? So here's our pass. That's clearly forward. And we don't need to worry about whether this is behind or in front of. This is pretty obviously behind the line of scrimmage. Not always the case, though. We definitely would have ineligible receivers downfield. You can see where this guy is had this gone beyond the line of scrimmage, right? So this is a little mnemonic. Steve points out this forward behind. So it's a forward pass behind the line of scrimmage. You just say that to yourself. This mechanic that the flank is using, that's a forward pass signal. In Orange County, we don't do that generally unless it's really close, backwards, forwards, and you're letting your partner know that you've got a forward pass. I don't mind if you use this occasionally. Don't make a habit of it. All right. And this contact here, I thought initially this was a block in the back, but when I saw it and slowed it down, it's contact to the shoulder, and it really is the cornerback himself who's taking himself out of the play. The contact is minimal. We'll see it from the end zone here. So now we're going to see this contact, and you can see it's on the shoulder. It's really not a whole lot there. The cornerback ran himself out of the play. So good no call, and good presence by this line judge. Great, good signaling. Very good job. Okay, we got a scrimmage kick here, and all of our responsibilities change on a kick. So we've got to mentally run through our pre-snap routine on a kick, right? So let's take a look at this. The question here is, does the ball touch the receiving team, that team in white? And we can't really see it on the film. Might have touched him right there. And this would be a good time for these two officials to get together and discuss. And instead, the back judge comes up and declares, without talking to the official coming in, I would prefer that if there's any question, get together. Let's take a look at it from this end. See if we get a little better look. So those are the two players involved. Now we had first touching there by Blue, right? Again, it's really hard to tell what happened there. Got a beanbag thrown by the back judge. And that's okay. Okay, he's made the judgment that it was first touching. Great. But then watch the optics here. Watch everybody kind of come in. This looks like we're second guessing ourselves. Watch the flank official come in. Yeah, the optics on this aren't good. All right, let's move on. All right, we got another scrimmage kick here, and this play is very timely. We just discussed illegal participation in the previous episode of Plays of the Week. Take a look. Watch this player that's highlighted. He's contacted right there, goes out of bounds, comes right back in. So if he'd gone out of bounds on his own, this would be illegal participation. But because he did not go out of bounds on his own, he was pushed out. Then he came right back. This is legal. Okay, and Steve points out, philosophy winning question, the player was blocked out of bounds. So we're going to give the player the benefit of the doubt if there's contact. So yeah, don't throw our hats. There's no reason to throw a hat in high school. So keep your hat on your head. And we should have a beanbag right there where the receiver's catching the ball. Now he starts to go backwards, and this back judge does a great job of keeping a nice cushion there. And we should, as officials, we should have our antenna up because he is changing direction. And what do we usually get with changes of direction? Potentially a blindside block. So watch this guy right here. Oh, come on, Huddle. Okay, that is not a forceful block. That is not a blindside block. Let's take a look at it from the end zone. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. Yeah. So we start changing direction again. Blindside blocks have that potential. That's the same player. You can see even from there. It's let me show you that. It's just a little, that's a little shoulder knock. Nothing illegal about that. All right, moving on. Okay, we got a forward handoff, a backward pass behind the line of scrimmage. Now, backward pass can occur in front of the line of scrimmage, but the reason this is important is because this guy's going to end up throwing it, which is all legal. We haven't had a forward pass yet. And you get that side judge right there should be back about right here. He should not be where the ball is being received. He just did not backpedal soon enough. I'd like to take a look at this contact at the end, see what you think. Okay, so we've got the scramble. Now watch the receivers. You see anything there? Is that anything? Let's watch it again. So we got the offensive receiver has beat the defender, but it's not a great throw. Do we have OPI for that kind of contact? Do we have DPI for that? No, I think that is just both players playing the ball, and I think Steve agrees. Yeah. All right, moving on. Okay, a couple little things on this play. Let's take a look. I'm going to see a deep ball to the end zone, and Steve points out the positioning of the back judge. So you can see this is a 7-man crew. So you can see the side judge over here on the pylon. That means the field judge is on the pylon on this side. This official should be on the end line, not on the goal line. Old habits, huh? So, too late. I love it. So, positioning on the pylon, get back. This is going to come right into him. Yeah, I don't think you want to be that far back, but definitely a little further back would make this a little bit easier to judge. Look at it from the end zone. So again, there's bad color. That's the referee keeping his eye on that action. And, yeah, somewhere in between the two of these, somewhere in here would be perfect, okay? So when we see a catch like this, it is feet first that we judge and then hands. So we judge him to be inbounds, and then we judge whether the ball is caught. And remember, you have to maintain possession once they're out of bounds. Okay, so his knee is down, so it doesn't matter if he makes a great catch here or not. All right. Well, that'll do it for this edition of OCFOA Plays of the Week. Hey, I know you guys have probably noticed that we have ads on the videos now, and the reason for that is that YouTube will give us a small stipend for each ad, and we're going to use that money to donate to the V Foundation. So, I know they're annoying, but it's for a really good cause. Feel free to skip the ads. That's not a problem. Hey, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me out as well. And also, you'll get notification of when I release my newest episode. So it's kind of a win-win situation. You can subscribe by clicking on my picture there in the top right. Click on the red subscribe button on my YouTube page, and you will be subscribed. No cost involved. If you want to watch any of the other 2019 Plays of the Week, just click on the playlist in the top left corner. This is Mark Andrews signing off.